Hi, my name is Justin Yomot. Welcome back to the CNT podcast. Now, you may be wondering why am I posting this on March 1st? Well, I'm starting a 31-part series that will go out every day in March with a deep dive into all 30 teams and then to finish it off, my predictions for the 2021 season. So, let's get right on into it. First up, we have the Miami Marlins. Now, here's their roster. You have Johan Alfaro at catcher, Jesus Aguilar at first base, John Borti at second, Miguel Rojas at third, Brian Anderson at shortstop, Lewis Brinson at right field, Starling Marte in center field, and Corey Dickerson in right field. And when they do have a DH, they would have Garrett Cooper there. Their starting pitchers consist of Sandy Alcantara, Pablo Lopez, Sixto Sanchez, Trevor Rogers, and Daniel Castano. And with some of the notable bullpen, they have Yami Garcia, Richard Blair, James Hoyt, Jordan Holloway, Jeff Orgram. And now let's take a quick look at their top three prospects, which is Sixto Sanchez, right-hand pitcher, estimated time of arrival, 2020. So he's made his debut. He's one of the players on the team. J.J. Bleday, outfielder, estimated time of arrival, 2021. So we'll be debuting this year and will for sure help the team. Next up, you have May Myers, right-hand pitcher, estimated time of arrival, 2022. So he's going to be a little late, but he's also was probably more recently drafted. So this is not an amazing starting lineup. It's not terrible. It's not the worst in the league, but it's not great. If we're being it's not great. I mean, they got some good pitching prospects. I think Sixto Sanchez is going to be an absolute beast in a few years. But they won't be helpful as much as they need help. They don't have enough yet. They need to sign. They need two more stars. One being a starting pitcher who can just dominate, and a second baseman who can just lead this starting lineup and this offense and this defense. They're in the right direction. They made playoffs in 2020. I mean, mostly because they didn't play as many games and their win rate was just high. But they did make playoffs. They made playoffs. They were solid. And they're in the right direction to become solid again. But it's not yet. Not yet, man. Realistically, I see them competing in 3 to 6 years, assuming they sign the starting pitcher and the second baseman they need, as well as putting more pieces together. Some things I do really like about this team is Sixto Sanchez. I'm a huge Sixto Sanchez fan. I think he's going to be an absolute stud, and I have high hopes for him. And I think he is going to be a very fun piece to watch pitch this year for all you Marlins fans. I feel like that's something to look forward to, something to enjoy watching. I also think your outfield is interesting and can be fun. Lewis Brinson, he's solid. He's pretty fun to watch play. Starling Marte, I mean, he's a shy of his former self. Still, pretty good time to watch play, not terrible. And then Corey Dickerson, again, solid. I like your outfield, and I like Sixto Sanchez. That's pretty good. I also like Sandy Alcantara. I haven't said much about him. I think he's really good. I think he's going to easily be a top pitcher in like a year or two. I think he's very good. Some things I do not like about this team is its bullpen and its starting pitchers besides Sandy and Sixto. It struggles. Their pitching is a big struggle, as it is for a lot of teams, as you need so many pitchers, because you play 5 to 6 times a week, and you'll need 2 to 3 pitchers in every game of those. You need to have a lot of pitchers, and so it's hard to have great pitchers, and most teams' biggest struggle will be their pitching. But the Marlins, it's one of the biggest struggles, is their pitching. I mean, it's a real struggle. Like, your bullpen, not good at all. There's no one I truly would rely on to close out a 1 to 2 run game. So what you really need to look for is to be ahead by the 7th by at least 3 runs to feel safe, in my opinion. And then without Sandy and Sixto, your rotation is iffy. It's better than your bullpen is, but it's still iffy. Like, I would trust it, yes, but I also wouldn't expect greatness from it, like I would Sandy and Sixto. So I don't love your pitching. Another thing I don't like is your infield. Your infield truly struggles. Besides Jesus Aguilar and Brian Anderson, it's not good. Michael Rojas is solid, I guess, but And again, I'm not a huge fan. I don't think that's great. I think you need to improve on that. And then your biggest need besides pitching is second base. John Bortz out there, I don't think he's going to be good. I'm not a big fan. I think you need to go out and sign or trade for a big one. If you guys would have gotten DJ LeMahieu, that would have been huge, and I probably would have had you making wild card. But you need a second baseman. So I don't like your infield, and I don't like your pitching minus Sandy and Sitzo. What I like Sitzo and Sandy, and I really like your outfield. I say you guys have a shot at making playoffs, but it's not super realistic, especially with your division gaining so many great players. Like the Nationals signed some players and getting back out there and start competing. The Mets traded for Francisco Lindor. That is a tough division, and I truly believe that is the most competitive and best division in all of baseball. So I think that only hurts your odds. I say if you're in any other NL division, I think you slip into the wild card. But since you're in that division, I think you will just miss out. Oh, I also want to point out for this whole thing is I'm assuming it's same playoff format as last year. So to recap for the Marlins, solid team, needs pitching, needs to re-up its infield a little bit. Solid, could maybe compete for the last playoff spot. Not super likely. Solid team, in the right direction, needs 3 to 6 years, and then they'll be super good. And I think maybe even competing for an NL pennant, possibly. But I don't think they're quite there yet. You have some bright stars. Again, I just want to emphasize, Sitzo Sanchez is your best bet for the year. He's going to be super fun to watch. And I think that is your best bet, is Sitzo is the fun player of this year. Thank you all for watching this episode. Make sure to stay tuned for tomorrow as we have another one coming at you. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.